Hello everybody. I'm not having luck with this again, but I got it sorted out. I have it on my iPhone to go live. Just can't get it hooked up through my computer. I'm gonna have to see if I can get somebody to look into that for me because it's very frustrating. So I'm just trying to find myself in my computer so that I can read the comments, because it's a little bit easier to read the comments off of my laptop. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, I do need to use, I should have took your advice from last time. I'll do that next time because you don't have, but I'm just confused. Can you go on there and just show yourself? Because I know that when we've done it together, Michelle, there's always been like 2 or more people on the viewfinder. Can you do it when it's just one person? All right, there we go. Now I can read the comments on my laptop. Oh, you can. Perfect. Okay, Michelle, I will do that next time. I will figure out, because I think you even sent me actually the link as well too to download it. So hopefully everybody found me. I did write on I set up the live on my computer, but then of course it kind of sets the reminder through that link. So hopefully everybody got my message to kind of refresh it and to find me. So that will make it a bit easier, and I hope I don't miss anybody. Hi, Nan. Yeah, Michelle, I will probably call you and figure it out when I have time because it's really frustrating. So, hi, Danielle. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. So I am a little bit early because of course I needed to get things organized once again. So hopefully everybody can hear me okay and see me okay. It looks like it's looking pretty good on my view on my laptop, but I just always like to get everybody's opinion to make sure that it's all working properly before we get started. I hope Wednesdays work for everybody. I know Wednesdays is a pretty good day for me to actually have lives. I'm usually off on Wednesdays, and Zoe is at school at college. Not that, when there's only 2 other people in the house, so it's not too bad. So it's always a good night for her because her bedroom is right next door. So she listens to music, watches her Netflix and stuff. So it's nice and quiet downstairs in my office when she's at college during her night class on Wednesdays. And Jimmy, well, he's just upstairs. He's feeling sorry for himself because he's lonely. I told him, I said he should come in here and join me on my live. But he is still he hasn't gotten any answers yet with what he's been having. So I think I mentioned in last week's video, it's been ongoing now. I think this is ongoing 3 weeks that he has been having heart pains, chest pains, I should say, and it's radiating down his arm, and his arm is it's painful. Like he can't do anything with it. So I think the last time that I updated you guys on his well-being was probably last week, and nothing has changed. Unfortunately, he has gotten done an ultrasound on his heart. He has done the extended stress test as well, which was like 5 hours long, and he's gonna get those results on the 20th. But then the doctor called him back, wanted him to get more blood tests done, so he had to go for blood tests for the second time. And now, I shouldn't laugh about it. It's not a laughing matter, but he's just cursing himself because he hates going to the doctor. And I was the one that kind of pushed him to go to the emergency about this because I worry about him, of course. And now tomorrow morning he has to go and get a heart halter, and he has to wear it for 24 hours. So he's cursing about that in a joking way because he wishes that he never started all of this. And then next week he has to go and he has to wear a 24-hour blood pressure monitor. So it is still ongoing. We have absolutely no answers. So it's very frustrating. Poor Jimmy, I tell ya. I love him to, well, I shouldn't say love him to death, but he lives with so much pain all the time, and I just worry so much about him because he does need another back surgery, like I've mentioned, and eventually he will need another neck surgery as well too, because he has degenerative neck disease from being in the Canadian military for 20 years. He already had that one disc removed. I was with him at that time. That was about 5 years ago. But the next one underneath is starting to crumble, and he will need to get that replaced soon as well too. So he's falling apart. All right, let me catch up on all these. Nancy B says hi. And Michelle, I'm shopping. This is better Wally World experience. Are you at Walmart, Michelle, watching me? That's awesome. Can hear me and see me good. Awesome. Looks good here. Darlene says, hi, Darlene, by the way. And Randy, perfect. Hi, Jerry. Nice to see you here. I'm so glad you guys are here. Carly's mama, I'm glad you made it. Thank you for being here. Yeah, prayers for Jimmy. Thank you so much, you guys. I know that you guys worry about Jimmy, as do I. And definitely how we, like everybody deals with it differently. But I think with me and Jimmy, of course, we kind of make jokes about it and we just kind of laugh about it. And it just gets our mind off of maybe the seriousness of it. And we don't know what's going on. It's not like we know anything that there is something to be serious about. It's just kind of, we joke about it because you guys see in my videos, it's always something with Jimmy when he tries something keto. It's either he's fasting because he had to fast for his blood work, or else he says he's allergic, or, you know, his heart problems. Now everything is blamed on his heart. So it's kind of funny, but Lily says, better to find out what the problem is. And that's how I feel. I feel like, you know, when you start not feeling good, that's your sign to go to the doctor. But for Jimmy, he just kind of pushes it off to the side and he just doesn't go. And I'm the one that gets him to go. But I'm the type of person that if something was wrong, I would rather know and deal with it. It could be something simple just as a pill. You know what I mean? I said, maybe it's just a pill that Jimmy has to take, right? So hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it soon. Dee, hi Dee, how are you? She says, hi Janet. Hello from Washington State. Greetings from Maine. Rosio, hi, how are you? She says, hi Janet. Thanks for the prayers, Michelle. Yes, I will keep you guys posted as soon as we find out what's going on for sure. Ellie says hi from Phoenix. It's probably still hot in Phoenix, right? It's hot kind of all year round, I would imagine, in Phoenix, right? I looked on the weather the other day because on my phone, I actually have weather from a few places. Of course, Banff, Alberta, where Jenna is living right now. If you've never been to Banff, if you've never been to Canada, at least go to Banff. It is absolutely breathtaking. And so anyways, I have the weather for Banff, and I also have the weather for Las Vegas because we got married in Las Vegas, and that's our #1 spot to vacation. I find in Vegas, you can either do it as cheap or expensive as you want. And I looked at the temperature yesterday and it was 39 degrees. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's still too hot for me. Lana, yeah, he needs to find out ASAP. I know it's killing us to not know right now. Lily says, my husband is the same way. Yeah, is stubborn. I have said that before in one of my videos, and that's just stubborn, right? And Jean says, hi, Jean. Oh, from Ontario. I'm new to your channel. Oh, hi. Thank you so much for subscribing, Jean. I hope you're enjoying my content. I am from just on the outskirts of Medicine Hat, Alberta. And Jack, hello from Cortland, Ontario. Mississippi, Lana. Jack says, yeah, men definitely do healthcare differently. Like, isn't that the truth? I feel for nurses. Jimmy and I have the utmost respect for nurses. And, you know, I see a lot of those, well, when I have been in the hospital, I was very sick as a child. As most of you know, I spent pretty much all of my childhood in the hospital, right up until about the age of 16. I had eczema. It was covered from head to toe. And I actually spent over a year in the hospital. About 5 hours away from my mom and dad because I ended up getting an infection in my foot. And, you know, you see a lot when you're in the hospital. And back then, like, this was in the 80s, so there was no cell phones. Like, I called my mom and dad from a payphone once a week. And, you know, you could tour around downstairs. I was in the children ward. But there was so many grumpy men, like they just don't want to be there, right? So, you know, I feel for the nurses. And, you know, in Canada right now, we're going through this thing. I don't know, I haven't seen it on the news in a while, but they were trying to cut back on nurses' wages. Like, Come on, no, they should be doing the opposite, definitely. Like, they do so much work, more so than the doctors. Sorry, but... Bitsy says, hello from California. Jimmy is a hoot. Always love it when he pops into your videos. Yeah, I love it too. Jimmy is like, I always say, especially in, we did the Carnivore Crisp review, and he was anxious to do that. He was very, very eager. And I made comments in the comments section and said, like, that's when the party gets started, is when Jimmy's in my videos. I'm just boring until Jimmy pops in. Lisa says, hi. Rosio says, great to see you and be able to talk to you. I'm actually going to be leaving for church in a bit, but wanted to say hi. Thank you so much, Rosio, and thank you for being so supportive of my channel. Literally, I want to say you were like one of the first 20 subscribers that I got on my YouTube channel last year. I started my channel at the end of August of 2020, and Rosio has been here from the beginning. So thank you. Thank you so much, Rosio. I appreciate it so, so much. Barb says, hello from Washington State. Love Washington. Love Seattle. How far are you away, Barb, from Seattle? Elle says, winter is gorgeous in Phoenix. I would imagine, but you know what? I do love snow. I hate to admit it. That might change maybe when I get older. There's a lot of people from Canada that actually go, they're snowbirds is what they're called. And they actually go to Phoenix or Arizona in the wintertime. So they stay here in Canada for the summertime, because we do have hot summers, and they go down to Arizona for winter. So maybe I'll start doing that maybe once I get older. I kind of am older, but you know, when I get like senior and retire age. Beth says, hello from the UK. It is 12:03 in the morning there. Oh, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'm not keeping you up. Hopefully you can stay around for a little bit. Lisa says, hello from Georgia. Hello. Yeah. Michelle from Life Adventures in Keto. If you haven't seen her or watched her videos as well too, she is such a sweetheart. I wish we lived closer, Michelle. So I will actually, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing like I did last video. I'll try to remember to do this in my lives. But if anybody watching has a YouTube channel, we are going to be putting purple hearts in the comments. So make sure that you go through the comments, and then you can see who has a YouTube channel. Purple heart. Go follow them. All of these, they're all so supportive. We're all friends. I absolutely love this community, so make sure you go and support one another. But Michelle says, true story about the grumpy old man. Like, seriously. Yeah, Jack, it's a grumpy old man reference. Yeah, I know, right? It's sad but true. Jimmy's gonna be one of those people. He already is one of those people. Oh my gosh. Jean, my brother-in-laws were here for a holiday 2 weeks ago from Calgary. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm about 2 hours from Calgary. So Maisie says, hi, everyone. Michelle says, yes, Rosio is the best. She is. Rosio, oh, love you, girl. Love you too. I definitely love your support. You have always been so sweet and committed, you know, right? Lily says, there is a nursing shortage here in Oklahoma. One hospital is not delivering babies anymore. How can that even be possible? How can you wait to have a baby? Like, how far do they have to go? That's sad, right? And you know what the sad thing is there's probably a lot of nurses that are getting burnt out as well too. Like, the last 2 years have been so trying. Oh, Barb, you're about 3 hours from Seattle and live in Moses Lake. Nice. That's not too bad then. Probably, like, is Seattle your closest city that you travel to then and like do your shopping and stuff? I love Seattle. Me and Zoe went down there. It was probably about 3 or 4 years ago now, and we had the best trip. We went to Seattle, and then we went back to Vancouver. We actually flew into Vancouver because my brother lives out there. And then we rented a car and drove down to Seattle, spent 3 or 4 days down there. And then we went back to Vancouver. We seen the Beyonce concert together, which was absolutely amazing. And then flew back home. It was the best trip ever. I absolutely loved Seattle. I've been there a few times, so. Jolie, yay, you made it. Hi, Janet. Just to let you know, if I make it to Carnivore Crisps this weekend, my son said it's down the street from him. Like, how lucky are you? First of all, Jolie, how lucky are you to be going to Vegas? I'm so jealous. And I can't believe your son lives down the street. That's awesome. Make sure you stop by. Jimmy and I are definitely going to stop by. We plan on going to Vegas for our 3rd anniversary, wedding anniversary, which will be in April of next year. And regardless, we will be going down. We've had our first shot and we get our 2nd shot at the end of the month. So we will be fully vaccinated and that's what we plan on doing. So I don't know, maybe if anybody lives in that area, maybe we can do like an afternoon meetup or something. That would be awesome. I would love to do something like that. I've mentioned to you guys, like, I just want to meet all of you and see you like face to face. And also, Jolie, make sure, like, I know you're going to mention that you found Carnivore Crisp by mentioning my name. I hope that they will like honor maybe a discount, the 10% discount, like ordering online. So hopefully you get that sort of a deal. Randy says, Barb, that is a beautiful area. Hi from Salem, Oregon. Yeah. Barb, I started keto August 1st and I am down 19 pounds. Barb, that's amazing. That's like a month and a half. That's so good. Congratulations. Are you doing the protein sparing modified fast as well? Or are you just doing keto? That's awesome, Barb. Jolie's journey, the chocolate PSMF bread looks good. Oh yeah, Jolie, I seen that. You had shared that on your Instagram, the chocolate bread. And did it turn out, you mixed everything together in your bread, did you not? You'll have to share with everybody what you did there because I think people are going to be dying to know if they don't have you. I'm sure if they don't follow you on Instagram. Lily says, that was my question. Home births will be on the rise, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Oh my gosh, like both of my girls were born C-sections and they were both late. Both of my girls, Jenna was 10 days late and I had to be inducted. No, I had to be, what is the word? Totally left my mind. Induced. I had to be induced and then I got to 7 centimeters and then I just wouldn't like stretch anymore. So I ended up having an emergency C-section. And with Zoe, I volunteered to have a C-section with her because I was 7 days late. But I don't know what they're doing in that case, especially for emergency situations. That's kind of sad. All right, am I missing something? Okay, Randy says, Barb, that is awesome. Good job. And Life Adventures in Keto says, thanks, Janet. That's sweet. Of course, you know I always help you, girl. All right. Ronnie, I'm so glad to catch the live. Thank you for being here, Ronnie. I'm glad that you're here. Michelle, if you ever come to Nashville, you would have to tell me. Nashville is actually one of the places that I do want to go. My dad actually would love to go down there again. So my dad is 80. He'll be turning 81 next year. And like we are very, very close. I'm sure a lot of you, I've showed him in a couple of my videos, but he lives alone. So I take him some meals and we go out for lunch. We're going to be going out for lunch next week, actually. And, you know, I love him so, so much. And he really wants to go down to Nashville again. So I would love to do that trip with him. We've done so many trips together, just him and I. We've actually driven down to Vegas for only like a 3-day, maybe it was even a 2-night thing to go and see Rod Stewart. And my dad drove the whole entire way, all in one shot. It's about a 21-hour drive from here straight. And my dad drove the whole entire way. And we got down there and we stayed in a hotel. The next night we went to see Rod Stewart at Caesar's Palace. And then we drove back home. And it was a memorable trip. We've done a lot of trips, especially going to Montana. Me and my dad were only about 2 hours away from Montana. So we've gone down to Montana together just for a day trip. And we have so much fun. He's great. He's a talker like I am. So we always have so much conversations on the go. So I definitely will, Michelle, let you know if I am in Nashville. Thanks, Peggy. Yes, remember the thumbs up on this video. Oh, you're about to leave Hope. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. I want to meet Hope. in Georgia in October. Oh, I wish I could come, you guys. When are you coming to Toronto? Toronto is on our list. We want to go to Toronto so bad. Ronnie, like I had mentioned, I want to go to the Wayne Gretzky restaurant. I believe it's a restaurant or a bar. And I want to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame. So soon. I'm hoping maybe next year or the year after. Hopefully. Barb, I'm doing the protein sparing modified fast. Awesome. Good job, Barb. That's working for you. Jack says, great to see you live. I will look forward to your future videos. However, I do have to run for now. Sounds good, Jack. Thanks for joining. My oldest is expecting in March. Oh my gosh. Michelle from Life and Keto says, you'll have to start calling me Granny. You're too young to be Granny, my dear. But that's so exciting. You must be so excited. So excited. Barb, anyone having a hard time with the texture of the protein sparing modified fast bread? So I don't have a texture with it at all since I've changed my recipe, Barb. So I have my recipe linked in all of my videos in the description, but I cut down on the egg protein powder and it has made a world of difference. It has the texture like real bread. That's what I would suggest. Depends on what recipe you're following. I know there's a lot of recipes out there, but cutting down on the egg protein powder has helped me a lot. Hi, Nan. She lives in Columbia, Tennessee. Oh, nice. It's interesting because I always, I recognize all of the names, of course, because you guys are so nice and comment on all of my videos. So it's nice to, when I do these lives, to see where you're from all the time. Jolie, just like your cinnamon, okay, Jolie's journey, just like your cinnamon protein sparing modified fast bread, but she uses cocoa powder instead of the cinnamon, and she adds Lily's chocolate chips sprinkled in the layers. Okay, that sounds really good. So just the cocoa powder and the Lily's chocolate chips in between the layers, and that's it. That sounds really good, Jolie. I'm gonna try to make that because I thought that your whole loaf was dark. So I thought maybe you mix the cocoa powder with your batter, but if you're just putting them in the layers, that would either way would be good. I'm gonna have to try that. I did so much baking today. You guys will see so many, you'll be sick of me, how many videos that I'm gonna have to upload because I made so many different things. And I did a video kind of separately because it would have been a really, really long video if I would have done it all together. But you guys are gonna see a lot of videos. I think I'm gonna have to actually add videos rather than just my 4 days a week. I think I'm gonna have to add a few during the week because I just have so much content right now that I can't even keep up. Tracy, Deborah is from Long Island, New York. I'm just looking to see if I'm missing anybody. Maisie says, I made your protein sparing modified fast stuffing and pie for Thanksgiving in a few weeks. Yes, it's so good, you guys. I tried to freeze that pumpkin pie though. I wouldn't recommend freezing it. The crust isn't soggy necessarily. It's still held up, but the texture was wet. So I wouldn't recommend freezing that pie, but it definitely tastes better the next day. So you can make it a day in advance. And Michelle from Life Ventures and Keto says, wow, love Rod Stewart. Yeah, you've never been to his concert. You need to go. I don't know if he's doing any more shows in Las Vegas, but he's getting older. So if you get a chance to see him, I've seen him, I think 3 times now, because actually Jimmy and I went to a concert when we were down in Vegas one time as well. Deborah says, hello from Long Island, New York. Love New York. Tracy says, hello from Louisiana. Nancy says, hello from Arlington, Texas. Texas is another place on our vacation list. We definitely want to go down to Texas. Jean says, my husband took me to see Rod Stewart in Toronto for our 20th wedding anniversary. It was an awesome show. He puts on, I even have the chills, but he puts on an amazing show. For his age, it is phenomenal. And he took no breaks. He took no breaks during the whole entire show. And it was about a 2.5-hour concert. It was amazing. Highly recommend seeing him if he's even doing any more shows. So good. Barb says, I will try that, thanks. Yes, definitely try less of the egg white protein powder. Michelle says, oh, I'm in Paris, Tennessee. I wonder how far Columbia is from me. Paris, Tennessee. Like, I love that. I didn't even know there was a Paris in Tennessee. Alan is here. Hello, Alan. Southern California. Yes, he is. Actually, Alan, if you can put a purple heart by your name and comment a purple heart so that people know that you have a YouTube channel. I have been asking anybody who has a YouTube channel here to put a purple heart in the comments so that they can go and give you a follow. But Alan is doing phenomenal. He lately started the protein sparing modified fasting and he is doing wonderful. He's getting very, very close to his goal. So he always does his walks and it's always such nice weather in Southern California when he goes for his walks. Do you know MLADN? Malden? He lives in Alberta too. No, I don't. Sorry. I live in Southern Alberta, so depending on where he lives. Peggy says, I'm hunting for a KitchenAid stand mixture on Craigslist. Want to try the protein sparing modified fast bread. Yes. If you can't find any on Craigslist, Peggy, check your pawn shop. That's actually where Jimmy got mine. He got mine for a birthday gift and we paid, I want to say it was like $50 or $70 or something, and it works perfectly. I've had it for probably 7 or 8 years and it hasn't skipped a beat. It's a KitchenAid. I think it's a 5-quart mixer. So definitely check your pawn shops as well too. Jolie, and says you add the brown sugar to that mixture. Okay, so you add the brown sugar, the cocoa powder, and the Lily's milk chocolate chips in the layers. I definitely will try that. I made about 4 batches today of the protein sparing modified fast bread. I made a whole bunch of different things. You guys will see that in upcoming videos. So I'll have to wait to try that until next week, Jolie, but thank you so much. And hello from Southern California. Belinda says, hey from Texas, how do you store your bread? So I store my bread just in a Tupperware container. I got it from the dollar store. It's actually for muffins. And I just store it in there. I put a piece of paper towel and then I put my protein sparing modified fast bread on that. And then I just keep it in there. My bread only usually lasts me 3 or 4 days. What I consistently make is my cinnamon sugar bread. I make that all the time and have that on hand all the time. But lately I've been having like buns. I've made like hoagie buns, and thank you to one of my sweet subscribers, Shannon. She has sent me one of the like hoagie baguette that was on my Amazon wish list. So I've been making that since I got it the other day and they have been working perfectly. So I do that. And then I sprinkle some of the everything but the bagel seasoning on top of that. And then I just put it in that same container as well too. So anything will work. Mine was from the dollar store. Jerry says, I made the pumpkin pie and the stuffing as well as the cinnamon bread. Love everything. Yay. Thanks, Jerry. I was going to say, who has tried my pie recipes? Has anybody tried my pie recipes? I'd love to hear your feedback. Rebecca says, hello from Washington State. Deborah says, I made your bread recipe today, messed up on the buns, left them in too long. Bread was wonderful. Yeah, hopefully you can make something with the bread or the buns when you left them in too long. I made a bread pudding from my fail of the protein sparing modified fast bread with the protein powder. Total fail. Wouldn't recommend that at all. But I made the whole thing because it shrunk the next day quite a bit as well. So I made the whole thing as a bread pudding. I had it on my keto day. And Nan, I'm an hour south of Nashville off the 65. Ooh, so then I can have like a meetup. Michelle, when I go to Nashville, I can have like a mini meetup there. That would be fun. Time to shrink. Yay, I'm so glad you're here and I hope you're feeling better. Aw. Make sure that you put a purple heart in your comments. Time to shrink. Go and follow her. I'm sure everybody is following her. She's a good friend of mine. She is so sweet. South Carolina. Oh, I do. I cannot wait until like Jimmy and I retire in a couple years because Jimmy is older than me. He is 10 years older than me. And we plan on retiring in a couple years. So I definitely want a vacation through the US. And I would love to come and visit all you guys. That would be like a dream of mine to do. I would love to do that. Shannon, hiya, how do you keep your buns from getting soggy, sticky in the fridge? I store mine in freezer bags. So if I'm not using mine, I do store slices in the freezer. I just put them in a Ziploc baggie and put them in the freezer, and they turn out fine. And same with like, I just keep them covered in a Tupperware container if for the next like 3 or 4 days, knowing that I'm going to eat it. And they get fine. Like mine don't get soggy or sticky. I put a piece of paper towel underneath it when I do store it in the Tupperware container. And I also wrap it in, so that might make a difference. I wrap it in paper towel, and then like I usually put slices of my cinnamon sugar bread in the freezer. So I'll take 2 or 3 slices, I'll wrap it in paper towel, put it in the baggie, and then take all the air out of it and throw it in my freezer. So try that. Mine rarely turns out soggy or sticky. All right, Maisie Bell, question. Do you use the allulose in the protein-sparing modified fresh bread? Do you substitute the powdered Swerve the same amount, or do you add more of the allulose? So allulose is really hard to find in Canada, but I have found some and I have been using it. So I have been using, first of all, I started with 2 tablespoons of allulose, and it seemed to brown all of my bread like really, really dark, to the point where I was taking it out too early because I thought it was like burning. So now I've cut down to 1 tablespoon of allulose, and allulose really doesn't sweeten the bread. It just will give you kind of a texture and a darkening of the bread or buns or whatever you're making. And so I do substitute the allulose now instead of the Swerve powdered sugar like I was using before. I think I was using about a teaspoon of the powdered Swerve, but now in my recipes I have been doing a tablespoon of allulose and omitting the powdered Swerve. Seems to be working really, really good. All right. Yes. So Lana says place paper towels under the bread inside. Yes, and that's what I do as well, and I've never had a problem. So Alan gives me a super heart. Kathy says hello from sunny Arizona. We were just talking about Arizona, how nice of weather you guys get. It's starting to get cold here actually in Canada. So the air, it's warming up in the afternoon, but our lows are getting like really, really cold, like about 9 degrees Celsius at nighttime. But we've been up to about 17 degrees Celsius during the day. So sometimes the air conditioning does kick in because we still have our air conditioning on. That's why I have a sweater on down here, because downstairs it gets really, really chilly. But it's starting to get fall. The leaves have changed color and are falling off the trees already, so. Shannon says, I still have done that, Lana, but it still gets sticky. Shannon C, were you the one that sent me the pans? I know the first name was Shannon. I forget, I kept the little things here actually. I bet you it is you, because your last name does start with a C. Oh, yay, thank you so much, Shannon, for sending me those. They have been absolutely game changer. Like, they are wonderful. So thank you so much for thinking of me and sending that. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. It's weird that they get sticky, Shannon. I don't know, unless, is your bread or buns undercooked maybe? Like, are you leaving it in the oven for 30 minutes and then turning the oven off, leaving it in there for another 10 minutes? Because that could be another reason why it's getting sticky or soggy. It may be undercooked. Oh no. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your first name. H-O-U-B-I. He or she says, sorry to burst your bubble, but the Wayne Gretzky bar shut down in 2020. But you should visit Toronto anyways. It's a great city. You will love it. I plan on visiting Toronto anyways. Jimmy actually has a lot of relatives that live in Ontario, but I'm so sad about Wayne Gretzky's bar shutting down. It probably wasn't with COVID, do you think? Is that why it shut down and kind of slowed things down maybe? Deborah says, I use a hand mixer to make the bread. A lot of people do. Oh, Pam, you made it. Hi, hon. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're here, Pam. You are such a sweetheart. You always put a smile to my face every video whenever I read through the comments. Erica, Time to Shrink says, I need to try the bread. I finally bought some egg white powder. Yay. I'm coming back to YouTube in the next couple of weeks. Yay. I have been missing you so much, girl, and I've been worried about you too. I'm hoping that you're feeling better, and I can't wait to see you in your YouTube again. Darlene, I just found a stand mixer on Marketplace that you have. Yes, so definitely keep your eyes out. Randy says, Janet, I have to run. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining and saying hello. Nan says, time to shrink. We've missed you. Yes, we definitely have missed Erica for sure. Dee says, I made Ninja Creamy Keto Chow ice cream peach flavor with a shot of peach skinny syrup. That sounds delicious. So I haven't looked into what that Ninja Creamy is. So is that an ice cream maker only, or does it do other things? I briefly have seen it because I seen the Two Crazy Ketos. They have recently got it. I haven't had time to watch their video, but what is that Ninja Creamy all about? Is it just ice cream? Somebody tell me what that is. Kathy, I trying your pie recipes. Perfect for fall going into the holidays. Yes, and I am making another pie recipe that you guys will see soon. Lana says, hi Erica, a time to shrink. Ronnie says, the pumpkin pie recipe was amazing. I love it warm and cold. Can't wait till October. It's so good either way. I couldn't believe it, warm or cold. So I had it warm after I made it, and then I kept it in the fridge covered, and then I had it cold the next day, and it was still really, really good. Nan, a meetup would be great, right? I want to do a meetup so bad. Jimmy and I will tour Alberta, and we'll strictly do like meetups. I don't care how many people are there. We're going to do meetups like all across America. Pam says, does anyone here tonight have any hints to prevent the big split down the middle of my protein sparing modified fast bread? Mine always likes to part like the Red Sea, LOL. Yeah, mine doesn't do that. I don't know why it does that. I know some people like the look of that because then once you cut it, it more looks like bread with that marking. But I don't prefer that, and I just keep mine smooth, and mine usually doesn't crack. But does anybody have any tips or tricks for Pamela? Maybe why it's doing that? J.A. Campbell, which Maria Emmerich cookbook do you have? So I have, I think I have it right here. Yes, I do. It's The Art of Fat Loss is the one that I have, and it is really amazing. It is so, so good. And I do want to get another one of her cookbooks as well too. So I will probably order that off of Amazon. This one I ordered right off of her website. So Lana, sorry, Erica, damn autocorrect. I know, I always damn autocorrect for Erica. It always puts a C instead of a K. Nancy says, hi from Central New York. I love New York so, so much. I want to go back down there. Me and Jenna actually went down to New York on a trip through her school, and I want to take Jimmy there. So that's going to be another place that we want to go to. Sherry says, hello, my name is Hope. Lots of love from New Zealand. Hello from New Zealand. My cousin actually lives in Australia, so I would love to go to Australia or New Zealand. I've heard it's absolutely beautiful all year round. Nancy says, I tried to make the protein sparing modified fast bread, totally failed, not sure what I did wrong. Can the egg whites in the carton go bad, or is there a certain brand to use? So Nancy, I've been using the egg whites from Costco. That's where I usually get my egg white from. I think they can go bad. They have an expiration date on them. So maybe double check that. I use mine cold and it still whips up fine, but a lot of people say that warm carton egg whites whips up better. So maybe try that as well too. I don't have the patience to be separating eggs from like the egg whites from the egg yolks, and we have chickens, so we tend to like cherish our eggs and have them like actually as a meal. And like I said, I don't have the patience to be doing like 12 eggs for that recipe. So I always use the carton egg whites and never had a problem. So maybe if you have a Costco near you, maybe try that brand. That's usually the brand that I go with. Tab and Ken, hi from Hot Springs, Arizona. A lot of people from Arizona. I'm so jealous. Vicky says, I store my protein sparing modified fast bread in a gallon freezer bag on the counter. I don't seal the zip. I just fold it over. Works fabulous. No wetness at all. Great. That's good. See, you, like I was thinking about maybe buying a container, and it's still in my wish list, but I think it's like 20 bucks or something, when what I have right now seems to be working, but we'll see. Yvette says, I love the cinnamon bread you introduced. Thank you. Yes, it is so good. I have it every day. I have it on my keto days. I spread some of the soy and nut butter on that as well too, and it is delicious because I'm allergic to all nuts, so I can't have peanut butter or almond butter or anything. So I will put, it's a nut butter made out of soy nuts, so I'll put that on the bread. So good. I actually toasted it the other day. I put a little bit of butter on it, and then I put it face down in a frying pan and let it toast up like that. And then I put some of the soy nut butter on it. It was delicious. It was so good. So I'm glad you're loving it, Yvette. Thank you so much for the feedback. Erica from Time to Shrink says, we will have time out on the lake for another month or two. We don't get much fall in South Carolina. Oh, wow. So it's still hot there in South Carolina, is it? That's crazy because we go straight to like almost winter. We get a few weeks of fall and then it gets cold and it snows. All right. Michelle from Life Adventures in Keto, is there a taste difference between using Swerve and the Allulose? I don't find a taste difference at all between the two. I think the Swerve maybe gave a little bit of sweetness, but I don't add Swerve anymore now. I just use the Allulose. And from what I've been hearing, Allulose is just kind of for the browning effect. It really doesn't give off a taste. So, and, oh, it wasn't you, Shannon. Oh, okay. That's funny because the Shannon, her last name starts with a C here as well too. I'm sorry, but I do appreciate it so much. So I was hoping that she would be in my live today. So when I seen your last name started with a C, I thought maybe it was you. Maisie Bell, thanks for the info. I'm in Toronto and finally have been able to order some Allulose and excited to try the protein sparing modified fast bread. Yes, Allulose is really hard to find here in Canada. Darlene, glad you're coming back to YouTube. Erica, have missed you. Yes, I think everybody has missed you, Erica. Shannon, yes, I am leaving, but undercooked could be the problem. I will give all ideas a go. Yeah, so just try it. Maybe just let it cook maybe about even 5 more minutes or something, but it shouldn't be soggy or that sticky. I will need your, Michelle from Life in Adventures in Keto says, I need to watch a video, but I can't find egg powder and seen you post you using protein powder instead. Yeah, don't try that recipe, Michelle. That was kind of like a trial and error for me, and I wouldn't recommend making it with the protein powder. So iHerb is where I found the big jar, the 5-pound jar of my egg white protein powder that I use now. So have a look on it. It's just called iherb.com. And it ships to Canada from, it's a website from the States. So maybe check that out, Michelle. You should be able to find it on that website. Belinda asks where I can find your cinnamon bread recipe. All right, let me see if I can link it actually in the comment here, and then that will be easier for you to find. It's on my YouTube channel. Let me see. Let me see if I can copy it. I'm just trying to think where I can find that. I found it like on my YouTube channel, but I don't seem to. Let me just see. I will link it here if I can in the comments. It was a while ago that I made that too. I think it's been even over a month, so it's been a while. This is where I need like an admin or something so that somebody can like do this for me. Where are we here? I'm going to share that, and I'm going to copy that link, and then I'm going to go back. There we go. And then I'm going to try to paste it in the comments. Okay, I'm going to, hopefully it shows up in the comments right now. And Belinda, that is where you can find my recipe. I literally just linked the YouTube video, so Maybe you can click on that, save it to watch later. Hopefully it worked. Obviously I'm not that technical. I had problems even setting this up again the second time. All right, Joseph says the Ninja Creamy is just an ice cream maker. Okay, so it takes frozen solid things and blends it into a smoothie consistency. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder if they're expensive. So that was another thing that I ended up finding off of Facebook. Like we have like a Facebook garage sale or bidding battles is what it is. And I found an ice cream maker, a Cuisinart, for like 10 bucks, and it has been working perfectly. I have tried the Keto Chow ice cream. I tried the strawberry. It is delicious and it works perfectly. So definitely the price was right. Glenda, caught you on live for the first time. Hello, thank you for being here. Nancy, I watched their video today and it makes all different kinds of ice cream variations, Keto Chow included. Interesting, okay. Lana, use a narrow knife and a shallow cut. Kimberly says, hey Janet, sent you a message on Instagram. All right, I will definitely check it out after I'm done because I'm using my phone for this live since I couldn't get it to work on my laptop once again. Deborah says, I'll have to go. Grandkids are calling. I think I'm going to try the carnivore crisp. They look so yummy. Looking forward to your next video. Have a good night. Thanks, Deborah, for watching. I appreciate it so much. You have to try those carnivore crisps. They are absolutely amazing. We were like pleasantly surprised with those. Nancy says, thank you. Kathy, do your US meet and greet tour and come through Phoenix. Definitely, I will, Kathy, for sure. Elizabeth says, hey, I know you tried the Vega protein powder for your bread. Was wondering if the collagen peptides would work. P.S. Finally ordered my first batch of egg white protein powder. Yay, Elizabeth. I don't know if the collagen, like, the only thing that I think about the collagen and why it might not work is because it just doesn't have any like rising effects. It's kind of more of a flavor. But I don't know, I can try it. I can definitely try that for you, Elizabeth, in a video. Carol says, brand does matter. Sam's won't whip up into peaks. Okay, so brand does matter. I always use the ones from Costco and it always works really, really good. So Dee says it makes shakes and frozen coffees and frozen desserts. That's interesting. So that must have, like Ninja, this just came out, right? It's brand new, or did I miss something? Has it been out for a while? Kimberly says, I posted some links on her video with the recipe using the whey protein and collagen. Okay, Kimberly, yes, she has posted that on my video. She has a lot of information. So thank you, Kimberly, for sharing all that. It is on that video that I made the bread with the, it was a pea protein powder is what it was. But yes, Elizabeth has posted a few comments on there on how to make them with the whey protein and the collagen. D, I just got it yesterday and have not read the directions yet. Oh, lucky you, you got one, nice. That's the Ninja, I'm presuming that we're talking about. Tab and Can says, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Oh, I should know better. Oh, I thought Arizona is AZ. I should know that. I'm Canadian though, so forgive me. AR is Arkansas, right? Patricia says, love your videos. Thank you so much. I enjoy making them. I hope one day this can be a full-time job for me. I really, really do. I enjoy it so much. Like I just mentioned a little while back, if you're just tuning in now to my live, I have made so many recipes today with the protein sparing modified fast bread. I actually made 4 loaves, well, like recipes, and I made different things out of everything. And I'm going to have to post more than 4 days a week. I am going to have to try to edit as fast as I can and push out more videos because I just have so many recipes that I've been thinking of lately. So all right. Yeah, that's so Yvette, the cinnamon link. I linked that. Hopefully it worked for you. And Alan says, do you have a Facebook page or an Instagram that you can post it in? Is that my cinnamon bread that you're wanting? I can do that, Alan. Yeah, for sure. I can actually put that video to my Facebook to share or do it in an Instagram post to share as well too, Alan, if that's what you're thinking. That would be greatly appreciated, Alan. You're so awesome. I love that you're always sharing. You're coming up with all these ideas for your videos and you're doing amazing. I love sharing YouTubers that are sincere and put a lot of hard work into their YouTube channels. So Michelle, I don't see the link. I posted the link. I just made a comment. It's under my name, Janet Bolger, and hopefully that worked. I can't really click on it, I don't think, but hopefully can somebody let me know if the link worked for my cinnamon sugar bread? Bonnie, my kids live in Seattle. We love it. I love Seattle as well too. Alan says the two crazy ketos said they got theirs for $169 after the discount at Bed Bath & Beyond. Okay, because sometimes Bed Bath & Beyond has a 20% coupon as well too, so that definitely would come in handy. They have a lot of Ninja products at Bed Bath & Beyond. All right, Nancy says, Sam is where I got mine. I'll go to Costco tomorrow, thanks. So if anybody's asking, definitely check out Costco. Costco is the way to go for your egg whites. And apparently brand does make a difference. So that's news to me. But we don't have a Sam's here in Canada. But yeah, Costco brand is usually the only kind that I've tried. And it's pretty cost efficient as well too. All right, really nice here in Vancouver. Was windy earlier, but the sun is out and is nice and warm. There is a breeze, which is nice. Oh, I love Vancouver. I haven't been out to Vancouver since before all of this started last year, and I'm missing it. I definitely want to go out there again. Hopefully next year for sure. I'm going to make a point of it. Hello, Gloria. Pamela says, so excited for your new recipes. I am so excited to be sharing them. I can't even wait until I get them edited to share them. Gloria, I'm so glad I caught your live. Yes, I don't think you made it here last time. I'm not 100% sure, but I missed you, I think, in my last live. Maine, event is in Maine, right next to New Brunswick. Nice. So have you been to New Brunswick at all? I haven't been. I've been from Manitoba going out east. I've been from Winnipeg, Manitoba, from anywhere from Manitoba to Newfoundland. I haven't been in between, but I've been out to the west coast, or the east coast, sorry, and I've been all the way out onto the west coast, of course. And Rebecca says, hi from Louisiana. Can't wait to get the electricity back on. Oh my gosh, so I can start making the bread. Yes, how are you doing? Prayers for you, girl. Clint is my brother. Hello. Hi, Janet. Love your channel. Keep up the good work. Aw, thanks, Clint. I miss you so much. Haven't talked to you in a while. I know you've probably been super, super busy, but I miss you, and hopefully I can see you soon. But we definitely need to do a FaceTime or something soon. So thanks for joining my live. Tab and Ken, I don't see it in the comments being available at all. Okay, so I will try... I will see if I can, after this video is done, I will link it in the comments, but it is on my YouTube channel. I posted my cinnamon sugar bread about a month ago. So if you go back in my previous videos, I will have it linked there, but I will try to link it in this video after the live is all done as well too. Gloria says, love your channel and enjoy the way you and Jimmy make us laugh. Oh, I'm so glad. Jimmy makes me laugh every day, and I love it when he's in my videos. I'm telling you, he's the best. I'm so lucky that I found him. Clint says, come on out. I do. Clint, I want to come out there so bad. Actually, it's funny because I've been talking. Clint is my brother. He's in the comments. And he is the one that got me started on YouTube, you guys. He is the one that came out here last summer. He came for a visit, stayed over a couple of nights. And I still remember us talking on the deck, Clint. And I was talking about YouTube and how much I wanted to start YouTube. And Clint encouraged me to start a channel. He says, why don't you just do it? Like, I had the time, I wasn't working because my hours got cut because of COVID. And Clint was like, just go for it. Just do it. Like, you've been talking about it for so long. Why don't you just do it? You have a great story to tell. And Clint is my brother that got me started on YouTube. So you guys can thank him in the comments. And anyways, yeah, so he says, come on out. He lives in Vancouver, just on the outskirts. But I go out there twice a year usually. And I haven't been out there for probably a year and a half. But I do have enough air miles for Jimmy and I to fly out there. So next year, Clint, get the room ready. We will be coming out for a visit. All right, Bonnie says, I heard the same. Sam's doesn't work well. Good to know. And Darlene says, I've used Sam just for the meringue. It worked fine. Gloria said, I did not make it last time, unfortunately. I didn't think you did, Gloria. Yeah, I was kind of waiting for you to join in, but I missed you. Debbie says, hello from Barrie, Ontario. I can't wait to visit Ontario. There's a lot of people that are from Ontario that follow my channel, so definitely have to do a meetup in like Toronto or something. That would be awesome. Yvette says, 5 minutes on my feet from my house, but it's been closed for the last 18 months. Oh my gosh, that's awful. Ellen says, hi from Montreal, loving your videos, hashtag Canadian content. Yes, girl. And time to shrink. Sorry, Michelle, tried to link it and it didn't copy. Just head over to Amazon and look for my live stream. Love to chat. Nancy says, I tried twice with 2 different cartons of egg whites in my stand mixer. Neither made peaks. That's weird because make sure that you're leaving it on for a long time. So I usually don't get my peaks for about like 5 or 7 minutes of beating it on high. So try maybe beating it a little bit longer and making sure that there's no moisture in your bowl. Sometimes even the humidity in your house makes a difference as well too, but keep on trying, Nancy. I hope it works out for you. Pamela says, how is Jenna liking it out in Banff? I hope she is doing well. She is absolutely loving Banff. I have never seen her so happy. It's so funny because I talk to her on the phone or FaceTime. We talk every day. She's my one child that texts me every day, numerous times a day, which I love. And she's just so happy like out there. And I think it's good for her because she is 21 and it gives her a really good life experience. And you know, she's just so happy out there and getting the independence. The only thing is that she misses her dog, Cove. She really misses Cove a lot. But she's not allowed to have dogs because where she is living is actually is a shared accommodation. So she did get a full-time job. And because Banff is such a tourist place, they do provide housing for their full-time staff. But there is a lot of requirements for that, do's and don'ts. They can't have friends over. They can't have dogs. Like they can't do a lot of things. So she's unfortunately not able to have her dog. And if she was able to get an apartment outside of that shared accommodation, it is very expensive. Like we're talking like over $2,000 for like a 2-bedroom, and she just can't afford that right now. So, but she's loving it. So thank you so much for asking, Pam. All right, thanks Erica for joining. Gloria says, thank you, Clint. She's a gem. Yeah, I'm his favorite sister, right, Clint? I'm the favorite one. Angie says, I love your video. Alan says, thank you, Clint. J.A. says, hello from Oregon. Hello. Rebecca says, doing okay. Just keep seeing all of your great recipes and can't make enough of them. So far, no electricity, 18 days. And we should get it by the end of the month. I'm so sorry, Rebecca, that you're going through that. Do you guys have a generator? That is a long time to be going with no electricity. Yeah, you'll have to start making a list of all the recipes or just go back in all my videos to make some of those recipes. They've all been turning out so good. Angie says there are so many protein spirit modifying fast bread recipes, like the same ingredients but different amounts. I agree. There is so many. It is mind-blowing. But I find that using more of the egg whites, like I use a cup of egg whites and I use 1/3 of the egg white protein powder, it makes a huge difference. I feel like it's kind of like the right ratio, right? So, but that you have to it's honestly a trial and error. A lot of people will say, I tried your recipe and I didn't like it, or I tried this, I did like it, but you're going to have to kind of tweak your own recipe, to your taste buds, right? I like my bread to be like a little bit more moist. I don't like it dry. I don't think anybody really likes their bread dry, but I just like it more to be of a bread-like consistency. And this recipe that I found is the perfect way that I like it. I use it the same recipe for my savory recipes and my sweet recipes. And that's the one thing that I love about it, because then I can use the same recipe across the board with whatever I'm making. Janet says, love watching you come up with new ideas. Question, does protein sparing bread always have a tough crust, or am I doing something wrong? Thank you. So I feel like it always does have a tough crust. Honestly, I don't think that you're doing anything wrong. sometimes even I notice like on the third day, it's just too tough for me. So I won't eat that part, kind of like the top crust of it, but it does get tough. You're not doing anything wrong. It does get tough. I don't think there's any way around that, honestly. Yeah, I think everybody kind of across the board is having the same trouble. So I don't think you're doing anything wrong, Janet. I think it's just how it turns out, whether you're using allulose or not. I find that when I'm using, since I've started using allulose, it has gotten tougher. Like it's more of a crust that you would get from a regular loaf of bread. But yeah, I don't know. If you'd want to maybe cut out the allulose and just use the Swerve powdered sugar like I was doing previously, I find that the crust is less crusty, like tough. So, you know, that's an option if you just wanted to try that maybe with one loaf and try using the powdered Swerve instead of the allulose, if you are using allulose. It should make a difference. And Bonnie says cinnamon protein sparing modified fast recipe is so good. Yes, it is. It is absolutely delicious. Dee says, thank you, Clint. Yes, thank you, Clint, for getting me started. Who would ever thought? Angie says, you are such a sweet, humble person. Aw, thank you so much. I'm so glad that, you know, I just be me on my YouTube channel. Like, I don't think I could keep up, like, having a different personality on YouTube because I am just who I am, right? So I'm glad that my personality kind of comes through on YouTube, and I really feel like you guys know me. I've been on YouTube for a year now. I know a lot of you are probably new subscribers, but I hope that I get like my personality across to YouTube, because I don't want to be anything but me on YouTube. And even when I'm editing, like I realize like some of the quirky things that I do, or even my laugh or any of those sort of silly things, like that's just me. That's how I am. I rarely have a bad day. I don't want to sound like every day is an amazing day, but you know, Jimmy is such a positive person, and me and Jimmy are very, very happy together. This is my third marriage. I know I don't get a lot of personal on my channel, but this is my third marriage, and I have been through a lot in my years, and I actually went through my second divorce by the time I was 33 years old, and I was a single mom with 2 kids, and you know, I've had a lot of life experience, let's leave it at that, up until the age of 33, and that's when I met Jimmy. And it has been like a light bulb has gone off meeting Jimmy, and it is definitely, you know, soulmates, whether you believe in it or not. But Jimmy and I have fun every day. We are grateful and blessed every day that we are together. And Jimmy, even now, he says, you know, because of course it's this heart issue that he's talking about, and dying and all this. And he always says to me, he says that the last 12 years have been the best 12 years of his life. And it's true. Like every day we find appreciation that we are together, and that we're healthy, and that we have great kids. And, you know, there's just lots of things to be grateful for in this world. And I hope that that kind of, you know, radiates off of me, because I am, how you see me in my videos is like I am every day. I really, really am, because I always think of the positive things in my life. I've had a lot of negative things happen in my lifetime, and that is my past. But now it's time to be grateful for the things that you do have in this world. Your kids, your home, place to live. Be thankful for even the little things, you guys. Angie says, my cinnamon bread was delicious. Yay, I'm so glad that you like it. It is like life-changing, I think. Pamela says, you still have the best protein-sparing modified fast recipe out there. The nutritional yeast and the yeast make all the difference. I agree. It gives it such good flavor. Kimberly says, by the way, a great keto channel is CJ Keto Kitchen. They are in Washington State. Yes, I do follow them. They have great recipes. I love watching their channel, so I do follow them as well. JA says, maybe reduce the amount of allulose. Yes, I think if you decrease the amount of allulose, you might not get as tough as a crust as well too. Kimberly says, that's how you should be though. Nothing worse than somebody trying too hard to be it person. Yeah, like I started my YouTube channel for me and the person that I am. It would be really hard to like upkeep with somebody, like another persona of me, right? Nancy says, love your channel. Thanks for everyone's help. I'm heading to get the egg whites now. Have a great evening. All right, Nancy, let me know how everything turns out. Hopefully you can get this, the egg whites to whip up for you. Make sure you go to Costco. Angie says, amen, sister. Yes, true that, hey? True that. Shannon, I am so jealous of you living around all those hot houses. I'm not sure what you mean by that. All those hot houses. Pamela says, I teared up as you told your happy ending love story. Oh, I am so happy for you, lovebirds. Thanks, Pamela. You're always so sweet. You know, you make, like I've said, you make me smile all the time. And, you know, I don't tell my story a lot and I don't get personal a lot because, you know, Jimmy and I say the same thing. I would have never imagined of this type of happiness. And I know that sounds like cliche and it, you know, I know everybody is not in that situation. Trust me, I've lived it. I was not in that situation. But you know what? Once you change your surroundings and you actually find happiness, it's actually amazing how you realize like what happiness actually is and how it just kind of changes your perspective as well too. Tab and Ken, Indigo Nelly compared the protein-sparing modified fast bread with or without allulose, and her bread made with allulose looked like it had a softer crust, and she said it showed to be softer. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say like it was more without allulose, it's more crumbly. I don't know, it's like less of a crust. I feel like when I make my bread, I feel like the allulose gives it more of like a crust-like. But when you leave the allulose out, it's more flaky. Right? I don't know if that makes sense. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to describe it. Shannon, our town will not allow backyard chickens, otherwise I would have a half a dozen. Yeah, I want more chickens. I really want more chickens. We have 2. All right, this is another thing too. So we have 2 chickens. I told you guys on my YouTube videos that one of them isn't laying. Okay, now the other one isn't laying. So now we haven't had eggs in like 3 or 4 days. I don't know what's wrong. I have no idea what's going on with them, but I need more chickens because I need more eggs. So hopefully we can get some more chickens, maybe in the springtime is what I'm thinking, but we'll see. We'll have to see. Kimberly, oh yes, and Indigo Nelly, she's great. Yeah, she is. I love her channel. She's awesome. I love her personality as well. She bakes the protein-sparing modified fast bread and does buns and a pizza crust with it, etc. Yeah, she does a lot of things with hers, which I love. Michelle, Michelle from Life Adventures in Keto says, I will pay you for that ASMR of that train. All right. No, I'm just kidding. I know. Don't you hear it in every one of my videos? Because it always seems to go off whenever I'm starting my videos. I would say it probably happens like every hour here. We've just gotten used to it. I'm sure it's probably even gone off while I've been doing this live. I haven't even noticed it. But yeah, I know you love that train, Michelle. Nancy says, questions. I've noticed your first cinnamon bread was granulated, Lecanto, and now brown sugar Swerve. What is the preferred brown sugar for the cinnamon bread? I love that you noticed this, Nancy, and I love this question. So when I did make my first bread, I did have the Lecanto golden sugar, and I used that for my cinnamon sugar bread, that and then cinnamon. And then I ran out of that, so I started using my brown sugar Swerve that I had in the pantry. And now that I'm out of that, I can honestly tell you the difference between both of those, and I prefer the Lecanto golden sugar. Now, don't get me wrong, I just made some, you'll see it in an upcoming video, but I made some cinnamon sticks, and I used the brown sugar and the cinnamon in between and then on top, and it still tastes really, really good. But I think for the consistency of it and just how it blends with the bread once it's baking, the Lecanto golden sugar turns out better. So if you get a chance, I would recommend doing the Lecanto golden sugar, but if you don't have that available or to find anywhere, then the Swerve brown sugar still works, but I prefer the Lecanto golden sugar. Oh, Michelle from Life Adventures in Keto. I only have one left of the last flock. Darn, Fox got them all. You need more birds too. You need some more chickens, don't you? That's and they're very social animals. So to have one, that one is probably like not doing well, is it? I don't know. I always think that they need to be like in pairs. Ronnie says, I've been using whole eggs and separating my yolks. I bake the yolks in a loaf and whites into a protein-sparing modified fast bread. The shells go back in the garden. The yolks loaf reminds me of cornbread. Yeah, I haven't made the cornbread with the yolks. Another thing that I made today with the yolks, because I did do one recipe with egg whites from an egg, and I made some lemon curd with that actually, and it turned out really, really good. I actually used Indigo Nellie's recipe for her lemon curd because she had the recipe for using 12 yolks. So I followed her recipe and it turned out amazing. It was delicious. Yeah, 3 times a year they go into molten. Yeah, so Michelle, I don't know. I haven't noticed their feathers coming off at all, but they're not laying. So it could be the start of another molting. Gloria says, we have 30 chickens. I'm jealous, Gloria. And they are ISA breed. They are so friendly, and we've been getting a few double yolkers. Yeah, I get it. Well, when my chickens are laying, I get a few double yolkers as well. I love chickens. Ours are so, well, our one is so friendly because we've been handling her since she was 2 days old. And that's Yolk. We just love her. We love both of our chickens. I just wish the other one was just a little bit more social. But Yolk comes up to us. She loves like getting massaged like under her wings. Kimberly, when I watched a local cat rescue in Fort Langley, we hear the train a couple times. The kitties love it. Yeah. Michelle from Life Adventures in Keto. Yes, I grew up at my granny's house with a train and craved the sound. Yeah, I'm being super serious. Aw, I'm so happy that that reminds you though. That must like trigger some like happy memories for sure though. I should send you it. We'll have to get like exchange each other's like cell phone numbers even, and I can take a video and give you the sound of the train, Michelle. Shannon says, if we were to make that chocolate bread, I think you would have to add a little sugar to the cocoa plus the chips. Yum. I'm still craving sweets. Yeah. Yeah, because, well, she said that she added some of the cinnamon, but you may have to add a little bit of the granulated Swerve, maybe a little bit to sweeten it up. Maybe the chocolate chips give it enough sweetness though, but I am going to try that recipe next week. Michelle from Life Adventures in Keto, hate to mix her with the younger flock. We have talked about adding animals, goats, pigs, rabbits, and chickens. Yeah, that's our dream too, but I don't know. We would love to get like an acreage, but with us retiring soon and we want to travel, we need to do like not get any more animals as far as like dogs. We already agreed that these 2 dogs, well, we're watching Jenna's dog right now, but our 2 dogs will probably be our last 2 dogs that we have, unless we maybe get a little, like another Bichon Shih Tzu that will travel well. Rosie is a Bichon Shih Tzu, our smaller one, but she doesn't travel very well. She always sits on the floor all the time in the vehicle, and then she travels well that way. But when she's up on the seat, like she gets car sick if it's a long trip, like 4 hours plus, but she does fine when she's sitting on the ground. Yeah, Michelle says that they're just looking so terrible when they molt. Their chickens look awful when they molt. It's scary. Vicky says, I don't care for the Swerve brown sugar. I find it way too sweet. Since I've gone keto, I'm very sensitive to sweets. I actually use Boca, sweet, and cinnamon mixed together. So yummy. Oh, that's interesting. I'm glad you found something that works though. Sometimes I find that when you do keto for a while and then like strict keto, and then you do implement something sweet, like your taste buds really, really change. I can't handle sweets anymore. Like even from a real chocolate bar, like my teeth start to hurt. And I don't even have any like dental problems, but my teeth start to hurt. Kimberly, those links I posted on your video while using whey protein. One recipe uses the whites and the yolks. You mix the whey protein and collagen and nutritional yeast in the yolks and fold in the egg whites. Good to know. I have not had time to look at those videos that you have linked. I wish that I had more time to do more experimental videos like that. So thank you so much for sharing that, Kimberly. Hopefully I will be able to do a few more videos like that. I just need to catch up on the videos that I have recorded in the last couple days and edit them and push them out. Like I said, I'm going to have to definitely, I think I'm going to have to throw in, if I can get them edited in time, I'm going to have to add a couple more videos during the week, I think. So we'll see about that. We'll see. I don't know. It does take me a while to edit. So Jolie says, Shannon, I've used the brown sugar in my chocolate protein sparing modified fast bread, 4 tablespoons unsweetened cocoa and 4 tablespoons of the brown sugar. Oh, okay. So you also keep the brown sugar in that recipe. I'm going to write that down because I definitely want to try that. So 4 tablespoons of the cocoa powder. And then you kept the 4 tablespoons of the Swerve brown sugar. And then you did cinnamon, and then you added just a few, you added a few of your melt chocolate chips, right? Yeah, I want to try that. That would be delicious. Michelle from Life Adventures in Keto, we are waiting on getting land, but that's going to be 5 years. Yeah, land, even buying land is so expensive. It's crazy. Kathy says, sweets gives me headaches now. I crave salty or savory foods the longer I'm keto carnivore. That's true, and that's a good sign. They say that if you crave salty or savory foods, that means that you're in ketosis all the time. So that's definitely a good craving. But I agree, like, I like my cinnamon sugar bread. I have that, like I said, almost daily, but that doesn't trigger me to want other sweets. It really, really doesn't. It's, which is good. Suzanne, hello from New York. New to your channel, and I absolutely love it. Thank you, Suzanne. I love New York. I just had mentioned a while ago that I have visited New York. Me and my daughter went there. I absolutely love it. I want to get Jimmy there. That's going to be our next thing. Oh, Jolie says no cinnamon, just chocolate, just the chocolate chips. Okay, I'm going to scratch the cinnamon off of here and just add this. So the cocoa powder, the brown sugar, and the chocolate chips. Am I right? Yeah, I know, Michelle. That's so, like, I need people for that. I need people for editing and uploading. It's just, it's so time consuming. I don't find recording is the problem. It's just the editing and the uploading, because I really want to take the time to do like proper editing and a proper like flow of my videos. And it's just, it's very time consuming. And that's why hopefully one day, I don't know when, but hopefully one day that I can do YouTube full time. That is like my dream. And then I will have more time to upload, like to edit and do all of that, because then I can just be on more of a routine. Like my uploading schedule is on a routine. I upload 4 days a week, which is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and Sundays. But I feel like I would be on more of a routine that when I was recording, and I could even upload like 5 or 6 days out of the week. And I could do a lot more like spend the day with me as well too, with what I'm eating. Like sometimes it's really hard because I want to share a recipe, which will take up like a 20-minute video. And then I also want to share like what I'm eating and what I'm doing, which also takes another video, you know. So hopefully one day, you know, my dreams will be answered and I can do YouTube full time. I would absolutely love it. I love doing YouTube. All right, Jolie, I got it. Perfect. I have written that down and I will make it next week. Sucralose makes me want all the things. Yeah, it's certain, I think it's certain sweeteners, isn't it? Because people have different reactions to different sweeteners. So I think it's definitely once you know your triggers as well too. If I start eating like every day, if I start having like something that has sugar alcohols all the time, like this week has been, I don't know, this week, I don't know if I'm even going to lose anything. I've been up and down. I've had my protein sparing modified fast days, but it's only Wednesday. But I feel like I got some of those candies, the Russell Stover's candies, they're hard candies. And I got them because Jimmy was getting licorice. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a candy and I'll have that because we were watching a movie. I was just popping them, and then my stomach, of course, because it was too much of the sugar alcohols, then my stomach, I could feel it, you know, turning, and it was just, I did not feel good. And not only that, it made me want more. Like I wanted something else. Even after I was done those hard candies, then I wanted something else that had sugar alcohols in it, and it's just not good. So I'm gonna have to look up, I think that has maltol. I think those have maltol in them, and I feel like, first of all, my stomach doesn't do well with maltol, and I feel like it gives me cravings as well for more sugar alcohol stuff, which is not good, not good. All right, you guys. Well, I think I am going to call her quits for the night if nobody has any more questions. I plan on doing these live sessions once every month, so I don't know. I usually try to plan about a week in advance, so hopefully that gives enough of like a heads up for everybody for joining my live. And definitely, Michelle, I will try to contact you to see if I can set it up through StreamYard. I'm sorry that the link didn't work. I know that it worked originally to send out the link and, you know, for you to set the reminder for that, but then it just didn't connect to my laptop in the end. So hopefully next time I can get that sorted. I have, you know, another month to work on that before I do my next live again. So that would be great. I hope everybody enjoys it. And yeah, make sure you hit that like button. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate all of you so much. Hopefully you caught my video today. If you're missing Jimmy, you can watch that video. We did a carnivore crisp review, so that is live on my YouTube channel. So after this live is done as well, I will link the cinnamon sugar recipe in the description if anybody is needing that recipe, or else you can go back on a few of my videos. So thank you guys so much. I love you all, and everybody have a good night, and I will catch you guys and talk with you guys in another month or so. Thank you so much.